So today we're going to do a little demonstration. I'm going to demo how to make a chickpea salad. So it's a very versatile salad, and a lot of the ingredients that I'm using is a lot of ingredients that they have at the food pantry. So that's kind of why we chose the item that we're going to be demoing today. And just by the show of hands, everybody likes chickpeas too, so it's perfect. And it's very versatile, so you can make this dish and it can really be pretty much like a complete meal. You can add it to greens, you can add it to pasta, you can add it to, if you want to add more protein to it, you can add chicken, you could add beef. So it's really versatile. So you can make a meal, and chickpeas are fairly inexpensive as well. So, everybody knows that a lot of students on campus, they usually use their money in different ways. Usually it's not for food, but if you're on a budget, you can always just make this and it's a complete meal. Like Chung said, it has protein, it has fiber, it has a lot of the good nutrients that your body needs. So, and then you just add a little chicken to it and you got a complete meal, pasta, whatever. So first off, I'm just gonna show you guys how we chop vegetables. Just chop a few vegetables to add to it. So the ingredients that's in it, there's a card with that's in your bags with all of the ingredients on it, a recipe. So celery, red onion, red pepper, some garlic, and some chopped parsley. And then the dressing is a balsamic vinaigrette, so really, really basic. And in that is balsamic, some honey, some oil, a little bit of Dijon mustard, and some salt and pepper. So it's really not a long list of items that you do need to make it. And you can always do it too, to where depending on what you have in your refrigerator, so you can kind of substitute items. If you don't like onion, if you don't like red pepper or garlic, you can always substitute those items for whatever you do. Like if you like spinach, you can chop spinach and throw in it. You like arugula, you can throw arugula in there. So you can make it fit whatever your taste is. So for the celery, just do a dice of celery. And then you can pretty much cut this as small or large that you like. You can even, if you don't like raw celery or raw onion, you can always either roast it or saute it just to kind of take it so it doesn't have that bite to it. And the same thing with anything else that you're gonna put in it. So you can make it to fit your needs. So this is the celery. Usually just cut the celery in strips and then take it and turn it the long way and dice it. You just do it, work in small little groups, so make it a little bit easier. And then in the kitchen, always take your fingers and curl them over, so that way when you do cut, the knife just glides on your fingers, as opposed to having your fingers out. When you cut, then you just cut the tips of your fingers off, but you always curl your fingers under. So that's the tip of the day. And then always you rock your knife, so really with the tip of the knife on the cutting board. I don't know if it shows in the video, but you just take your knife and just keep the tip of the knife down, and you're just doing like a forward and back motion. Second tip of the day. Make it look easy, right? And you could also do it with you don't have to look too, because your hand's always curled over, so you can kind of look wherever, because no matter what, you're not going to cut your hand. So. So that's the celery. So really you can kind of do this and meal prep it as well. You can make enough for a couple days if you have a busy week, especially during like final week, or you have a lot of tests coming up, or you have to study a lot. You can make this and it'll last in your refrigerator for 3 days. I mean, anything longer than 3 days, you really don't want to risk eating, but just because there's no animal protein in it, it'll last for 3 days in your refrigerator. So, if it's definitely something you can meal prep and have for a couple days. And then, like I said, if you get kind of tired of leftovers, you can kind of change it up. One day you can eat just plain, or the next day you can take and add chicken to it, or the next day you can the third day you can take and add pasta to it, you know, so that way you're eating the same thing, but you're not really eating the same thing. So, or if it's fish, if you like fish, this goes well with fish as well too, shrimp. Really any kind of protein, pork it'll go well with too. So you can kind of mix it up to change it so that way you're not, you know, it feels like you're eating the same thing all the time. So for the onion, I usually cut it in half, and then I'll slice it down into thin slices like this. Not cutting all the way through the root end. The root end is here, so you don't want to cut here. That's pretty much what's holding the onion together. So you just make slices right before you get to the root end. Takes a little practice, and then you just take it and slice this way depending on the thickness that you want. And then you just take it in, and then you just slice it down, and you have nice, even pieces of diced onion. I'm just gonna slice this half to add to this. What's that, John?
Do you have any tips?
No, I wish I did. I'll be a millionaire. But sometimes onions are stronger than others. There's really nothing you can do to get past the burning of the onions. But some people say glasses work, but I wear glasses and it doesn't work. Used to when I first started cooking, we used to cut onions. You start crying, you go into the refrigerator, and just the fan from the motor would stop you from crying. And then the same thing with the pepper. I usually just slice it down around the stem, and then just cut it into strips depending on the thickness that you want. Cut your strips, and then you just turn it and cut it the other way, and then you get your diced pieces.
So this recipe we use balsamic vinegar, but you can vinaigrette, or you can actually use what you think, marinara sauce, chef?
Yeah, you can do. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's versatile. So you can do, if you like Italian dressing, you can use Italian dressing. Yeah, if you want to do like a tomato-based dressing, you can do that as well. Yeah, any dressing will work with it. So any kind of vinaigrette base or creamy as well. Like if you like creamy dressings, yeah, creamy works too.
Well, Asian actually, soy sauce as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, so really if you wanted to do something Asian, the vegetables that you put in it, you could just change it. So if you're gonna make it Asian, you can put like snow peas in it, you can put carrot, you can put still with the onion, even peppers, but yeah, you can just change the vegetables you put in it. Broccoli, if you like broccoli, you could put broccoli in it. So really it's just about the flavor that you wanna use. And then if you want to do an Asian, yeah, just a little ginger, garlic, soy sauce, sesame oil, and then you have a totally different salad. So that's the pepper. I'm just gonna chop the parsley. If you like Spanish flavors, you know, you can always add cilantro to it, peppers, and basically the same vegetables you can chop and add to it, but really the only thing that you would have to do to change the flavor of it is just the different seasonings that you put in it. Like Asian, you're gonna use ginger, garlic, those flavors. But for a Spanish flavor, yeah, you would use cilantro. Instead of using vinegar, you could use lime juice. So really you're just changing the flavor that you're putting into it. So that's pretty much all of the vegetables. You got a spoon? Oh, okay. So that's pretty much all of the vegetables. And as you can see, it's really, really colorful. It looks really good. We haven't even put the dressing on it yet, but you know, it looks really, really good. And like I said, it lasts for a couple days, so it gives you that. So here's the balsamic, all of this measure, right? So this is the honey, and then you can put in as much or you know, the less that you want. So depending on how sweet you want it or how tart you want it is how much you're gonna put in it.
I think if you don't have that honey at the dorm room, you can also use jelly.
Yeah, yeah, or you can put brown sugar, any kind of sugar, anything to sweeten agave, any kind of sweetener you can put into it. So, and this is just pretty much just gonna mix all of these ingredients together. So it's very, very easy. A little season, a little salt and pepper.
Garlic?
And yeah, they know how to chop. You guys know how to chop? You want to see me chop garlic? Yeah? Okay. So usually when you have like a bulb of garlic in the store, you could even buy now, they have two where the garlic is peeled and even chopped too. But if you use the whole head of garlic, I'll show you guys a little easy way to chop it. So once you separate the bulbs, I'll take it, put it on the cutting board, and then I'll just take the knife, sit it on top, and then just push it down and then it separates from the garlic and the outside wrapper. And then you're just left with a fresh piece of garlic. And then when you smash it too, it kind of breaks it, so that way when you do go to chop it, you're kind of there already. You know, you don't have to chop it as much as opposed to like this one being whole. So the pieces are bigger, so I'll usually smash that again a little bit. I'll show you. So that's all, once I get all of this peeled. But so once you have like a whole piece like this, I'll just take it and smash it. And then now, as you can see, it's kind of like roughly chopped already. So then it's just less that I have to chop. So really you just a couple cuts on it and it's pretty much finished. And you can chop it as fine or large as you want, but that's pretty good right there. Same thing with the other ones, you just smash it. And then you got nice, it's broken up, so it's a little bit easier to chop. And that's it. We'll put the garlic in. We'll mix that up a little bit, and then we'll just add the dressing to it, and that's it. And that's it. You just mix it up, and then you always just taste it for seasoning if you need more seasoning, or or if you taste it and it's missing something or it doesn't taste like you want it to taste, then you just kind of add whatever is you think that it's missing. If it's more herbs, you can put more herbs in it, and that's it. Anybody have questions?